Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play Pool of Radiance for the NES. So this is a game I've wanted to go back and do a Let's Play of again because my first playthrough, I was very unhappy with it. I was rushing through all the text, and also this playthrough is going to be different. I'm going to be, since my characters are lawful evil, I'm going to do a lot of more bad things. Not all evil, but just some more evil things. We'll see as we go along. Also, I'm doing this because I've been updating my strategy guide on GameFAQs, and I have some different strategies on how to beat some certain enemies. In fact, one of the spells in the game that you should get, like when you get level 3 magic user spells, is Lightning Bolt. I never gave that spell enough credit. It actually does a lot. It does way better than I thought it would. So anyways, I already have my characters created, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Here's the environment. I turned quick mode on. Game speed 0, so always we can get through it a little faster. I'm going to use save states to avoid random battles, but for now, let's just... I'm using the same exact party, by the way, as last time, except I call the thief Steve, but it is the same character. Also, I have him in the middle ranks, while Nick and Goldleaf. I actually meant to call myself Nicholas, but whatever, it's fine. But they're both in the back ranks because they're archers. That was something stupid I didn't do in my first playthrough, but I should have. Anyways, so here we go. You arrive at the city of Flan by boat. A man approaches. Welcome, I'm Rolf. I'll be your guide around Flan. Please follow me. Are you a descendant of the angry video game nerd, James Rolf? This is the Shrine of Tyr. We have 3 shrines in the city. One for Tyr, one for Soon, and one for Tempest. Bracio's in the Shrine of Tyr. If you look over here, there's the dock. It's too dangerous to send out ships right now. We want to do something about it. Well, why don't you? This is the training hall. You can train here or fight duels. You can also hire adventurers. Cool. This is the city hall. The city council clerk will give you commissions. Yeah, you see that message every time. This is the Shrine of Tempest on your right. On your left is the city park. The other side of the gate is Old Flan. The entire area is infested with monsters. That's the whole tour. Goodbye. You are on your own now. This is an entrance to the slums. The guards are watching you. Messages like that I'm only going to read once, because, it'd be really redundant if I did that. Well, yeah, before we stock up on items, let's see what's going on here. You enter City Hall. The corridor runs south, and the door beyond is watched by guards. You open the east door and find the city council clerk. Guards are watching the south door. The way is blocked. The guards approach. One growls, "Wait! You were not admitted here." Well, let's leave. Because I'm pretty sure we're not strong enough to fight him anyway. So anyways, the clerk. Let me check whether we owe you a reward. You have done nothing special. Now I'll give you your commission. The slums need to be cleared of monsters. Drive away the monsters of Sokol Keep, and find any history books about Flan in the old times. I've given all the missions that I may. That is a quote I know from this game. I know a lot of quotes from this game, but that's one that sticks with me. This is the training hall, as they mentioned. Here's the shrine, which we'll probably never even use in this game because they're too expensive. There's a tavern here, not really worth going into, but this is a place worth going into. We're going to buy items. So I'm going to buy a sling. I don't know what a staff sling is, but and I could actually buy the thief a long sword because in this version they forgot to program in that thieves can't wield long swords, but I'll just get him a short sword because that's more legitimate if I do that. And well, he can't really use a shield, but I'm gonna buy for my characters long sword, shield, and we can't quite afford plate mail, so let's do banded mail. And same thing for her. We'll just buy the same things. Alright. So, I am gonna, like I said, I am gonna save state just so I don't have to redo everything. Or, avoid random battles. So let's see. You enter the monster-infested slums of Flan. Large insects and rats run beneath your feet. You can hear an alarm at the distance. That's not good. So we're gonna, before we fight anything, and the monsters will run away because, yeah, if, little tip, I can't remember if I put this in my guide or not. This room is very dirty and smells. But, anyways, if you, in the slums, unless the game says that the monsters are angry or that they surprised you, if you click wait, they'll go away. So we're going to turn on the search mode, and you find a very dirty room. There is evidence of a large untidy animal. You find a large leather bag. Do you open it? No, we're just going to let it sit there all day. Okay, short bow for me, and we're going to go get another one. Turn off the look option because that will increase enemy encounter chances. Also, I didn't know this. I read this by reading the Adventurer's Journal, or the manual for Pool of Rings, the computer versions. And I guess if you surprise monsters, you get like the first attack or something like that, and then same for them if they do it to you. I didn't know that. Anyways, you were surprised to find a secret treasure room. Yay! So 2,700 experience, 350 GP, and 8 gems. Ooh yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Might be a good idea to, you can also press B there to just exit out of the menu, but it might be a good idea for my characters to memorize spells, as well as equip. That's something I always forget to do until, the battle starts. And yeah, you can do that, but it's a lot easier if you just equip it now. I'll equip them with the sword, because they'll probably be, right near the enemies. I'll also speed up the game when I'm resting too, because that way, you guys don't have to. I mean, I'm going to speed up the game in a few areas, just because that way you guys don't have to. These battles don't take forever. Well, we can go in here. Hobgoblins are fighting over shares of gold coins. One of them sees you and shouts, "Thieves!" Okay, there's also a glitch in most of the battles where, the first attack is always a miss, and the second attack is always a hit. So, Gwydion's already equipped because he's pre-generated. And we're gonna attack. Hobgoblin goes down. Oh, okay, they took most of his health away, so... And Hobgoblins have really good armor class, so it's hard to hit them. So that's another frustrating thing about them. But we're going to cast a sleep spell on them. Actually, we're going to wait on that, because I think if I don't target one of them directly, it's not going to have an effect on them. So let's wait before I do that. Alright. Turn down my volume a little bit so you don't hear the music as much. The thief's pretty much not going to hit anything just because he sucks. So let's no, let's not do anything. Alright. Let's go this way. That way's, actually, that was a bad idea. This is a really tough battle. Let's see. Let's move down a little bit just to make sure I can hit them. But I think, so for example, what I'm saying is I think if, oh, okay. I was able to get them. Alright, there we go. That's all you have to do for this level. The inns in this game and the inns on New Flan, they're pretty much useless because you can actually sleep in here. I think they removed that from the computer version. You find a lot of treasure. Oh yeah, there we go. And we got a longsword and a wand. I believe the treasure is always different depending on what it is. So at least early on in the game, you don't want to get rid of your wands. They can prove to be very useful. Wands and necklaces, and things like that. If it sells for a lot of money, with a few exceptions at the shops, you don't want to sell it. You come across orcs. The monsters run away. You see some dirty kobolds. The monsters run away. So we're going to go in here. Actually, wait a minute. I made a big mistake because I didn't rest. So let's rest. And let's memorize some spells here. Yeah, the audio is disabled when it's sped up. I'm going to save there. And the next battle we're going to go to is right here. Kobolds are dining here. One turn says, "Who are you? Go away!" And we cannot advance. So the leaders are the different colored ones. And they usually have projectile weapons. So it's not just kobolds, there's also there's goblins, there's orcs, and there are hobgoblin leaders as well. So it's pretty easy to tell them apart. Kobolds are some of the easiest enemies in the game, so they really don't require that much strategy. But I'm going to have my fighter go right next to the leader, that way the leader cannot attack. And we'll have Gold Leaf use her short bow. And the thief's going to take a lot of damage because he doesn't have much protection. I should have got leather armor. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But that's okay, we can do that later. I'll move a little bit closer, and I'm just gonna put them to sleep to make this faster. Alright. Oops. So we're gonna move. We're gonna cast, or we're gonna attack this guy. 1 point. And since the thief's got a sling, if the enemies are paralyzed, of course, you're always guaranteed to hit them. Although there's games like Eye of the Beholder where, like, even if an enemy is held, you can still miss them. I never understood that. And in the 3 games, the 2 sequels for the game, plus Dungeon Hack, which uses the same engine as the 3rd game, for some reason they never fixed that. So I got bracers. Those are really good. In fact, let's equip Gwydion with those bracers. Didn't seem to do anything, but that's okay. The longsword's probably +1. You can actually tell the level of the sword without identifying it by taking it to the shops, as long as you know how much they go for. For example, longswords that are +1 cost like, or the shopkeeper will buy them for like, geez, I can't think here. Sorry, people. 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold is on a longsword is a +1. You can pay, I believe, 250 to identify it, but it's really not worth it. But I might do that later in the game, like especially when you have so much gold, you have nothing to do with it, or you don't have anything to do, you know, with your gold or whatever. Anyways. Going here, a big orc shouts at you. "This is our house. Go away." No, I think we're gonna stay. So here's orcs. They're also pretty annoying because they're similar to the hobgoblins. They have a low armor class, which means they if you're not familiar with armor class in Dungeons and Dragons, basically the lower your armor class is, the lesser chance you have of getting hit. And it goes into the negatives, so you want to try going into the negatives. Gonna attack this orc here, but that's pretty much why I'm putting them to sleep, because otherwise I'd be here all day. I really don't want to. As much as I love this game, I actually have to work soon, so... Orc is dying. It's funny, they say enemies can die in combat, but the rest of the game it'll tell you, like, something's expired. I'm pretty sure that's due to Nintendo. That's another thing. Meditation is now, or prayer is now called meditation, and bless is now called empower. And we get some items here. Oh, we get a long sword. Probably a +1. Oh, actually, yeah, give him the flail. Give my fighter the chainmail. And I think he's fully stocked there. Have Goldleaf take the long sword. Right now, we're not going to worry about selling items right now. We'll do that later. So if you go in here, you'll get this gypsy. It's a really creepy gypsy.
Welcome. I'll read your fortune for 1 gold piece.
Yeah, let's have a read of fortune. The gypsy begins to make strange gestures. Her voice changes into a deep-throated rasp. Deep throat.
I can see ropes locked within monsters. Monsters are in both places. You can't defeat them.
She falls over the table exhausted and waves you away. They don't say that on the computer version, just says the fortune telling is finished or whatever. So here's what happens if you attack. The old woman expires without resistance. You find a small amount of money, but you feel that you have made a grave error. So, for the longest time, I never understood what that meant. And then the clue book for the computer versions actually tells you it causes the enemies to not only spawn more, but there's more of them in combat. So I tested it here, and while it's true, it does make the enemies spawn more. There's not more of them in combat, I don't think. So, but anyways, we're just gonna leave. There's actually a couple other fortunes she could tell you, but that's it. You leave. Oh, well, really? I thought I was gonna stay for tea. Alright, so let's do some spell memorizing. And we're gonna rest. Rest till morning, just because. Okay, angry orcs. That's one of the battles you cannot avoid. Alright. A large goblin is teaching young goblins how to fight. He smiles when he sees you and says,
Good training partners.
What do you do? Well, advance. Oh, I guess we can't do that. Alright. And you can probably guess what I'm going to try doing. Put them to sleep. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to fast forward through some parts. So if it goes silent, that's the reason. 6 points of damage. Not bad. Not bad at all. I will criticize the game for that. The combat is a lot slower here than the computer versions. And it's not because... I mean, I think it's by design, not by the console's limitations. Also, in the computer versions, it'll tell you the current health of an enemy when it's highlighted, or if the enemy is moving or doing something. And it tells you their armor class and what weapon they have. This version, you just have to know that. So again, as much as I love this game, it's my favorite game of all time, but it's got blemishes. And you know what? That's okay. I like that. I mean, I don't want a perfect game. Because no game is really perfect. And I don't know why I did that, because I just realized there's another enemy to kill. But if you're lucky, they'll surrender sometimes. So even if your party's this weak, they'll actually surrender. What are they, French? Okay, anyways. There we go. Okay, Goblin Guard is dying. Take the treasure. Oh, we get items. Leather armor. Okay, good. I don't even have to get him anything. It's probably +1. So let's rest and memorize spells. Alright. And there's one more battle we have to do around here. we're gonna... And I'll probably have the videos be like half an hour long. Orcs are arguing over some papers. Let's see what those papers are. Wow, that was a lucky hit. Oh, okay, let's give him the... See, that lowered his armor class a little bit. Honestly, the computer version's combat is about this fast, too. Just go up to someone, you swing. Go up to someone, you swing. There you go. Not much of a problem there. Man, we've been really lucky. This is a scroll. I'm probably just going to sell those. Actually, let's keep forgetting. Every time you're done with the battle here, make sure you rest. Okay. So, that's what we'll do. So now we're going to run a little odd job here. And again, I'll show you what happens during these scenarios. Another reason that I'm using save states. You enter an elegantly paneled room. A small man is sitting at a table. Well, what are you here for? Okay, let's try sly. Try to be cool and witty and stuff. I don't like you. Get out quickly. We're gonna stay. Insolent ones! I'll teach you a lesson! Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Okay. I do have a task for you. I had a potion commissioned, but I can't get away now. I'll pay you to get it. What do you do? Yes. The shop is southeast from here. Give my name, Olo, and then bring the potion here. I'll make it worth your time. You leave the room. And if you go back, it's just, you return without the potion? You leave the room. So, now we're going to go to the Rope Guild, that lower area. No, we're not surprised by kobolds. We're going to skip past that. And the reason we want to do this is because Olo will give us a very powerful weapon. And it's going to be required, pretty much, to beat this, the final battle of here. This is the entrance to the Rope Guild. It was abandoned long ago. Really. You enter the site of the old Rope Guild. This building is very complicated. Few who enter here ever return. I'm pretty sure they meant never, but... And we're going to move here, and because I played this game so many times, I actually know how to navigate through here. Ah, crap. Okay, I can't. It almost seems that the slower you move, the less likely you are to get in an encounter. I don't know if that's how it works. But yeah, just, my guide has the, in case you're having trouble following this video, because I keep reloading save states, I do have the directions on my walkthrough on GameFAQs, so make sure you check that out. Alright, so, a man comes out hurriedly. I'm very sorry. I'm closed now. He has like an Irish Billy Mays or something. Let's attack him. The man runs into the shop with a cry. An ogre comes lumbering out. Yeah, we're not going to do that. If you leave, you leave the shop. But we need to talk to him. I was asked by Olo. Oh, I see. I'll bring it right now. Soon the man comes out with a package and says, "Please take it to him." You leave the shop. And if you go back in, he just says, "I'm very sorry, I'm closed now." So I'm just going to leave. Wait, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Okay, so we got the item. We're going to bring it back to Olo. Although you don't have to do it right now, per se, but probably be in your best interest if you did. So, again, the directions through here are on my guide. And we have to come back here later to, so yeah, the encounters here are a lot more frequent, which can be annoying, but, get your area map back. I forgot to mention you can't use the map. So actually, let's just do a few more battles first. It seems that this place was some kind of shop long ago. Now it's a monster meeting place. Before they see you, you hide in the shadows. You overhear a part of their conversation. The shrine across the river is held by elite orcs. Alright, so let's go in here. The monster guards attack you. Okay, so here we have our first set battle with an ogre. These guys are nasty, as you can probably tell by their size. They take up 2 squares, and they can do some nasty damage. So, here's what I suggest to you is, first, the first chance you get, cast a sleep spell on the goblins. Don't attack them. I think you could probably paralyze the ogre if you're lucky, but I won't chance it. Basically, you want to freeze the goblins so they can't attack you. That way so you can focus on nailing this ogre here. I believe he's got 21 points. So he's got a lot of health, but any successful hit does a lot of damage. Even when you're fully trained. Fortunately, he missed my thief. So let's see if I can take care of him this time. No, not yet. That's okay. See if my fighter can finish him off. There we go. Ogre's dying. And am I using the new flail, or am I still using the old one? I think I'm using the old one. I need to fix that. Alright. So, this battle should be over pretty shortly. Yep, now they surrender. I always used to think that you wouldn't get experience for killing them if they surrender, but you actually do. So, it's not a big deal. Because I used to be angry, like, why can't I just finish them off? But that's the reason. So, you basically save yourself the effort. There's also some enemies that won't surrender, but they'll try running away. So you gotta catch them before they do, otherwise then you don't get the experience. This room is completely empty. There is nothing anywhere. Let's see about that. One of the floorboards is loose. When you pry it up, you find a treasure box. Do you open it? Of course. Korath, dangeth. Okay. He can't carry the shield. I'll just give it to Felger then. Alright. And I believe we can rest here uninterrupted. Yes, we can. Alright. I think we have time for one more battle here. Come across goblins. Alright. A monster stands in the way. That is a typo. Monster? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I was gonna say I might skip that. Wait a minute. First, another problem here is it doesn't tell you, I don't know what I did with the flail. I thought I gave it to Felger. I must have forgot. Should have changed the armor at least. Alright. So, again, do kind of what you did last time. I might be making a sacrifice here, but it's a sacrifice worth making, let me tell you. See if I can get all the orcs. Again, you paralyze them and just focus on the ogre. That's who you want to go after. Yeah, you really don't want to... You really want to take out the ogre as soon as possible. It is a big deal. And I've been very fortunate that he's been missing me. Oops. Also oh, excuse me. Something in my throat. The detect magic spell in this game is almost worthless because all the treasures you get in this version are, I believe, are always magical. So there's almost no reason to use it. In the computer versions, you get a lot of like junk weapons and items and stuff after each battle, but I'm glad they got rid of that in this version. So the computer version obviously has some advantages over this version. This one actually does some things right. Now, I forgot to mention that this game was developed by Marionette. Now, the name may not sound familiar, but they made other games on the NES like Phantom Fighter, which I really like. And then they made Dr. Chaos, which is one of those games like I think some people like it, others don't. So, a little bit of trivia for you there. They also actually did the PC-98 version, which is a direct conversion of the DOS version, and might even be better because it's got slightly better graphics and music. In fact, that one has the same soundtrack by Seiji Toda. I'm gonna memorize spells again. And I know I said this was the last one, but well, yeah, I should probably end it here. We could do the rest later. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. God bless, and take care. See you guys in the next part.